leads us to what we do every episode, talk about the last movie we've seen. But I'm now going to change the title of this section to Share the Review, or Share Our Review. I'm going to do Share the Review.
No, Share Our Review. It's an our thing.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it later. So Share the or Our Review. And the movie we talk about for this episode is Suspiria. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Get down.
Was it Suspiria or Suspirium?
It's Suspiria. In the movie, they talk about Mother Suspirium.
Oh.
Alright, so before we break down this, what I assume will be a quick review, what was your overall thought on this movie?
Had no expectations going in. Going out, I was completely disappointed. It wasted all of my time. It was garbage.
All of my time?
All of it. All 3 hours, however long we were there, was wasted.
With that accent, you sound like you should be cooking cornbread.
Oh my gosh, I don't have no accent.
Alright, so why did you feel this movie was a complete waste of your time?
Because it was boring, it was slow, it was long for no reason. The concept was stupid. It was all stupid.
Sound a little upset.
Acting wasn't great. It was just a dumb movie.
The acting wasn't great.
No. You thought it was?
I didn't think it was like spectacular, but I gotta give props to Tilda Swinton for playing 3 different roles in this movie.
Who?
Tilda Swinton.
Who she played?
She played Blanc, or whatever that character's name was.
Blanc.
She also played Joseph, whatever that man's name was.
I knew that wasn't a real old man. I knew that was fake.
And she also played Marcus.
Oh, she was the gross one, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at her go.
So, once again...
Still garbage.
Once again, she shows she is a talented actress.
That lady's talented, but why she choose this movie, I don't know.
Now, so you didn't like this movie, what you're saying?
No.
From those
they didn't like this movie, and they was in it.
A lot of people actually like this movie.
I don't know why. It was stupid.
It's one of those polarizing movies where it's so, like, weird and has this... It's so artsy, and the director really wanted to put his unique stamp on it that, you know, he didn't... You can tell he wasn't influenced by a production company or whoever backed this movie to really throw, like, some stuff that more universal population could agree with and find entertaining.
Well, I'm glad that he liked what he did, because I didn't.
Quentin Tarantino cried after he watched this movie because it was so good to him.
Why?
He literally liked it.
Out of boredom.
That's not what I read, but whatever.
That's nice that they liked it. That's good for them. I didn't like it, so clearly we have a difference of opinions because that movie was garbage, in my opinion.
I also thought this movie was...
Garbage. Trash.
Now...
A waste of time.
I don't want to say it was a waste of time.
It was definitely a waste of time.
Because
We should have saw the other movie.
I'll say how I felt as the movie was going on and ending. I was thinking to myself, what am I watching? I have no clue, honestly, what's going on. Like, I have the tidbits of the story, but I'm so distracted by all the craziness that's going on the screen. I'm thrown off. And my eyes had fatigue because this movie was super long and it felt long. It felt every last bit of that 2.5 hours that it was. Usually, movies that are long that I really enjoy doesn't feel long. Like Wolf of Wall Street is almost 3 hours, and that movie's so entertaining to me that it doesn't feel like it's almost 3 hours.
Yeah, that is a good movie.
The Hateful Eight is, well, I'm just saying that because we recently watched that a couple months ago.
We did. Good movie. And it's not recent.
But based off the movies I watched from my catalog, which was recent, it's long, but the dialogue is so good in the movie that you can't tell. This movie, one of the reasons why I was struggling to comprehend as it was going on, is because the dialogue wasn't appealing to me.
Dialogue wasn't appealing. Also, I just remembered I had to read. So not only was it a long movie, it was a long movie that I had to read through the majority of the time.
The Raid 2 was about almost 2.5 hours, and that's an Indonesian film, so...
And I still didn't want to read it, but hey, it was violent, so I was able to get through it. I didn't want to read.
There's a lot of reading here, but, you know, it is what it is when the movie takes place in Berlin.
You didn't tell me that. How was I supposed to know it was
I
Berlin?
never watched a trailer for this.
Me either. You didn't tell me what I was getting into.
I told you we could have seen this or Bohemian Rhapsody. You said it doesn't matter. So
right.
I'm going with the movie.
Because I support your weirdness, but I didn't know you was taking me to see this piece of garbage.
I chose this movie because I knew Bohemian Rhapsody would be at the movies longer. So it would be easier to find time for that than this, which I'm pretty sure will be out of the movies a lot quicker. So that's how I go about things. If I don't necessarily need to see the movie immediately, then I will pick movies that I feel I can see or I need to see now as opposed to later, because I probably won't be able to find a time that works for me.
But we didn't need to see this movie now.
But I'm glad I saw this movie. I kind of want to see this movie again, but I don't want to sit through that long 2.5 hours.
Because I ain't going.
I'm not going to watch. I definitely ain't going to watch this movie at the movie theaters. Like I said, my eyes had fatigue. I only fell asleep for like a hot second. And
I was trying to, but I couldn't. It's also annoying.
Oh, that sucks.
Because I was trying to go to sleep, but then they started speaking in whatever language. What was the Russian?
I guess.
Berlin's in Russia, right?
You tell me. I don't know about no geography.
I hope it's in Russia, because then I sound dumb.
Yeah, you
Berlin.
Great.
Oh, no, Berlin is in Germany. Oh, wait, yeah, I knew it was Germany. Why did I say Russia? But yeah, so they were speaking German, and I was trying to keep up with the movie. You know, I was trying not to be disappointed in the movie, but it wasn't working. So then when I started to doze off, they started speaking in German, and I was like, wait, what are they saying? So I had to wake back up.
See, I knew this movie was going to be weird, but I also knew it was going to be violent. But I thought it was going to be more violent than it was. That's what
you can't qualify that as violent?
That's what I'm saying. Like people
had like one tiny scene, like one maybe 2 minutes out of that whole movie was violent.
That's what I'm saying. Like I thought it was going to be like constant murders happening, but that's not what we got.
No, we got a bunch of jumping and
super
dancing.
Blood splattered scene at the end,
and then weird bodies with no hands and feet.
Okay, that was like one time, but yeah. So after watching this movie, and after I'm like, what did I just watch? And that's why I needed to read about it afterwards to to connect the dots for me. So I'm reading, I'm like, oh, that's what it meant. Oh, okay, because I was confused.
By what? It's a very straightforward plot.
When I read it, it is straightforward. But since the movie is so long,
I told you what the plot was.
Yeah, but I needed to know like details, and that's what I was reading about. So basically, Dakota Johnson's character, for those who don't know, goes to this Berlin dance company because she's been wanting to be a part of it for so long. Blah 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 blah. She goes there because they have an opening. She gets into the dance company. There's this piece of work called, what is it, the Volk?
Yeah.
It's a performance that she ends up being the head of, or the main person.
The lead.
Yeah, the lead, if you want to call it that. And that dance is like the start of a ritual of some sorts to help bring about this little witch thing that's going on in the company.
That's what the company thinks. Company don't know Dakota is already a witch lady.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a super big twist, but since I'm watching the movie, I have no clue what's really going on. That twist just went over my head. I was like, I thought the witch took or possessed her. I thought that's what that glowing light was, possessing her.
That was something I wasn't sure of. I didn't know if she was possessed by the witch that she claimed to be, or if she was just that witch. Because the dance school was ran by Mother Marcos, who claimed to be anointed by one of the 3 original mothers of the world, Mother Suspiria. And they ran this school, this dance school, so that they could hopefully find someone to transfer Mother Marcos into, because her body was gross and disgusting and dying. Her body was hideous, and she had no clothes on. That's nasty.
She can't fit no clothes.
They could have put a big moo-moo on her or something. Because she was nasty.
Ain't nobody was seeing her.
Because she was nasty. But they thought that Dakota Johnson's character was going to be the person that Mother Marcos could become. She could take over that body. But no. Dakota Johnson's character was Mother Suspiria, who apparently Mother Marcos thought she was anointed by. And Dakota Johnson, Mother Superior, shut that shit down. She said, you are not anointed by me, and anybody who follows you is going to suffer the consequences of your fakeness and being anointed by me. So she killed everybody who followed her.
See, that was one of the scenes, since you just explained the whole movie, at the end, where the death...
Of who?
No, the death, like the person who was death. That
Who's
weird-looking black thing that was going around killing everybody. That was supposed to be death.
There was a black thing in the movie?
Yes.
Where?
Oh my gosh. At the very end.
Oh, at the end.
Yes, that was going around.
Oh, okay, I remember now.
That was just going up to everybody.
Thing. Yeah, that was Mother Superior. It was like minion or lackey.
No, that was death.
Right, but she only killed him because Mother Superior said so.
I guess, but it wasn't her lackey. It was supposed to represent death. I thought that was, like, the actual mother. I thought that was a mother.
No, they was doing Mother Superior said that was her death. Like, whenever they showed, like, the little votes of who voted for Mother Marcos to remain in charge, Mother Superior was like, oh, you voted for her? Hey, yo, death. Kill them. They gotta go.
Yeah, I got that after reading it, but I'm just like, I thought that was a mother. I didn't know that was supposed to be death. And I was confused because when Dakota Johnson was like ripping her skin.
Yeah, that was nasty. I didn't understand why she needed to do that.
I was like, so you got possessed and now the person is about to pop out of you, but then she didn't fully rip herself open. So I was like,
right, I don't know.
And then they kept showing, like, I know this review is ridiculous because, you know, we were super bored by it, and so I'm jumping around all over the place. But they kept showing Dakota Johnson's character, which her name was Susie, I'll just say that. So Susie's kept showing flashbacks to her mother.
Yeah.
And I was like...
That kind of confused me, too.
Why? I was like, why do they keep doing this? And I guess all they basically just tell us that her mom knew she was...
Knew she was the devil and reincarnated.
Not the devil, but something
she
evil.
She knew she was something evil reincarnated.
But yeah, but I didn't...
She was Mother Superior reincarnated.
So I didn't need all them scenes. I don't know what they were trying to tell me.
I didn't either. I didn't really need to see her. She wasn't necessary. And I don't think it helped with the movie at all.
Yeah, and then... So Tilda Swinton was basically doing, she played Blanc, and she was basically doing the, I don't want to say the dirty work. She tried to get people on her side, but she also was doing this to help the mother, or Marcos, whatever you want to call her.
I don't think she had a choice. She had to do it, Mother Marcos.
But you could tell she wasn't
too happy about it.
Right. So then when it comes to the end of the movie, she kind of went against Marcos's wishes and try to tell Susie, who I guess she actually was now forming a relationship with and starting to feel sympathetic for her. She tried to tell her, like, yo, you shouldn't do this. You don't know what you're walking into. Not knowing that Dakota Johnson, Susie, did know what she was walking into.
She sure did. She was ready to go up in there.
And I thought it was weird, like, even before the end came, that Susie was super open to... She was more open to what was going on. You can start to tell she knew it was more than just a dance thing.
Well,
so,
I mean, I didn't find that weird because at the end, I guess that's what the twist is for. You're like, why is Susie so into this?
That's what I said. Up until that point, I thought it was
like,
weird.
Oh, she into this because she knows exactly what's going on. She's here to shut it down.
But I want to also know, has she been possessed this whole time? Not possessed. Has she known that she was Mother Superior the whole time, or did she just come to realize that?
Maybe she just came into it. Because, like, when they were showing flashbacks of her at a young age, she always wanted to go to Berlin. It didn't really say why. It didn't really say it was because of dance, but she always wanted to go there. So maybe she just was growing into it. Her mama knew, but maybe she just grew into it and
just
learned.
Had like a inkling.
Her mama knew something was wrong.
Okay, so then we got Dr. Yosef, who was the doctor.
Why didn't they just find an old man to play him? Why did she have to play him?
I don't know. But he was... Movie starts with one of the dancers, Patricia, coming to him, basically telling some weird stuff is going on at the company she is with. He didn't believe her, thought she was delusional. Then he comes to look into what's going on at this company, come to find out that, all right, she wasn't
delusional. I should have been listening.
And then also at the same time, he's worried about if his wife ever survived the Holocaust. That whole element to the story kept adding time to the movie, and I didn't see why it was so important. So I guess the house he kept going back to, he kept going back to see if she would arrive there?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe that was like their house. I'm speculating here. Maybe that was their house before the Holocaust because it had their heart name on it or whatever. So he thought that, if she ever did get...
So that's why he kept going back to her.
Yeah, if she was ever alive, that's where she would know to go.
I don't care about that part of the story.
I don't think we need to know about it either, but, they felt it important for some odd reason.
Right. So the witches that were working at the dance company caught on to the fact that he was looking into what was going on in their spot. They tricked him, made him think that his wife was alive to bring him to the company.
That was disrespectful.
Because apparently they needed a male witness to be a part of the ritual. They do the ritual, whatever. He comes out alive. Susie, aka Mother Superior, goes to him, wipes his memory of all that happened and of all the females that he's came across, because I guess he's done females wrong by not believing Patricia and not doing more to help his wife survive. So when I'm reading about this movie online, I'm like, okay, I can see. I try to put my feet in the shoes of people who like this movie. I can see why they like it, but how the movie did it to me, like how it portrayed all that information I read, was terrible. It just was not for me. It was too long. Not enough interesting stuff was going on. The movie only kept me interested because I was like, all right, where is this movie going to end up by the end of the movie? So when the end of the movie comes and I'm just hit with this ball of confusion because I'm struggling to follow this 2.5 hour movie, I just did not like anything I saw at all. So on paper, this movie seems like it could be cool. In actual execution, this movie is awful, in my opinion. So that's why
in your opinion,
like
I said,
it's awful.
It was garbage.
This movie
in our opinion.
So this movie will definitely end up at the bottom of my list somewhere, and for the movies I've seen in 2018, where I guess you'll have to check in with me and find out later. So that was a nice all over the place review. So whoever out there is watching this is confused, that's how I felt when I was watching this movie. Alright, so before we give our rating of this, you want to say anything else on it?
No, I'm over this movie.
Okay, so...
I was over it when it was in the theater.
Alright, so what are you rating this movie on our couple scale?
What's the lowest one we got?
The lowest one we have is Bella and Edward.
Bella and Edward, and if I could go lower, I would.
Yeah.
They don't even deserve to be on the rating.
Yeah, I'm also going to give them a low 1, aka a low Bella and Edward, because this movie just wasn't for me. I want to rewatch the movie with the information I know, but I don't want to put the time in to rewatch the movie. Maybe if this movie was an hour and a half, I could do it. But 2.5 hours, nah, fam.
You do you, babe. If you want to rewatch it, you do you.